So since my last video, I have been admitted twice, feeling like absolute dog rough. First time I was admitted, more antibiotics, because my infection marker keeps going up and down and up and down and up and down. It doesn't really know what it's doing. But it could have something to do with the chemo. I'm also neutropenic, so got admitted on Tuesday, didn't come out till Thursday. Had a bit of a moan to the doctor yesterday because I'll get to that. But I was admitted with the most horrendous ache in my shoulder, which I laugh about now because I was taken down by an ache. But oh my God, this ache would not ease up. Not even a little bit. So I went in at 5:30 on Tuesday. Didn't get any pain relief for like an hour, and I was in tears and I was literally rocking like a mad person. And then they finally gave me some Oromorph, but they gave me the tiniest of tiny little bit, and then gave me some more. Didn't really do much, to be honest. And then came round at 11:30 and said they wanted to admit me, and I was like, no. However, I went in on the Wednesday because they wanted to do an ultrasound, but they weren't going to do an ultrasound until the day after anyway, so I thought, what's the point of taking up a bed? The pain isn't going, whether I'm here or not, and I've got Oromorph at home if you're just going to give me Oromorph, so I just took a bigger swig. But yeah, so I had an ultrasound where they asked me to be in, and I said I'll be in at 10. And then at 2:00, still hadn't been seen. And then I got a phone call from the ultrasound team saying, where are you? And I'm like, I'm in the ebb waiting for an ultrasound. She goes, well, we're ready. We're waiting. I was like, brilliant. Why am I getting a phone call and I haven't been sent up already? I have no idea. So I went and had an ultrasound just to check if it's a blood clot. I didn't think it was a blood clot anyway because it's not swollen. And that came back fine. Then they did a CT. They said that they were going to do the CT into the morning after, but obviously they wanted to make sure that it's not a blood clot further up. So then I got admitted. I did get my own room, which was okay, I guess. But they did the CT and then didn't hand it over for the results in the morning. So all the doctors were waiting for the results. And we're like, where is it? And then spent all day chasing it, and I didn't find out what was going on until 4. Obviously going out of my mind because I got told that I could go home after the CT, and I was just like, fuck sake. And then they said to me that my lymphoma had progressed and that it was pushing on my diaphragm, causing the pain in my shoulder because the brain doesn't know where the pain is coming from. I was like, okay. So when I saw the doctor yesterday, she wasn't convinced because they were comparing it to a scan in May. And she's no CT expert, but looking at it, the CT that was taken the other day is better than the obviously one in May. So she's not actually convinced that that was the pain. The pain has gone now since I've been on the steroids. I've also had my PICC dressing changed, where the nurses said that it was on 5 centimetres and now it's on 3. So clearly it's gone into me for 2 centimetres. So whether that was the pain, nobody has a clue. So yeah, no idea. However, it's not hurting at the minute, which is the main thing. I also had a bit of a moan and a whinge because I was upset, because every single time, well, the last 3 times that I've been in now, the pharmacist comes and takes your regular medication order. I needed some more anyway, but when you're on a particular medication that you're on regularly, which the doctor prescribes so you do not get a lung infection, And the pharmacist goes, well, that's a really expensive drug. Can't you bring that one from home? Makes you feel like absolute worthless piece of shit. And oh my God, I was polite as physically possible, but inside I wanted to rip her fucking head off. How dare she? So yeah, when I explained that to the doctor, she was absolutely horrified. And yeah, it does make you feel worthless. Like that drug is, too expensive for you. And that drug is one of those drugs that I need to, stop me from getting other infections. I couldn't believe it. 3 times they've told me that. 3. Had enough. I am actually going to write a complaint. Sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. They don't make you feel like a human being in there, some of the bloody people. And yeah, really annoyed me. Anyway, I've told her now. And so yeah, so I had a bit of a worry, obviously, with the lymphoma part, because I was like, oh shit, they've given me chemo and stuff to try and control this, bridge the gap. Basically, keeping me alive until my CAR T. That's what they're trying to do. They're not trying to get rid of the lymphoma at the minute, because obviously that's what the CAR T treatment is going to do, but it's a little bit scary, and hence why I feel so crap. And I have an extra chin from the steroids. Like I said before, I am just full of chins and a pot belly because I just got the munchies all the time, but not much else. But I really don't care because I can sort all that out when I am cancer free. But yeah, still smiling. Just 2 more days of the steroids, so I'm hoping my ache doesn't come back. But I am geared up on Oromorph and painkillers. Hopefully I won't be admitted again. But I've got my appointment on the 19th, as I keep saying, to find out when my cells are ready. And yeah, I do have to say that if you get stuck with a shit doctor that makes you feel like crap, ask for another one, because you want one that treats you like an actual human. And luckily I have one, but she did go to New Zealand for a year, and I did have a really shit one. Was really bad, because she came in like a whirlwind, told me some jargon, and then left. And I was like, confused.com. And when I was in that horrendous pain for, the GCSF injections, I had about 1 doctor, 5 nurses, all staring at me thinking, oh my God, what to do? And my absolute godsend was Hannah, who I met this year, who's a leukemia surviving legend, came in, started rubbing my back, gave me like one of her flannels, put on my head, calm me down. She was the biggest help in there, and she was another cancer patient. And I've also, she's put me in touch with Sophie, who's just had the CAR T, which is also a hero as well, because I can ask her anything and she lets me know what's what. So I'm quite excited about this CAR T. And she was one of the first people to have it. And yeah, she didn't have anyone obviously to tell her what was going on, so she bravely did it by herself, and doing really well. So I'm really proud of her for that, and it gives me a lot of confidence as well. So go Sophie and Hannah. But it's really important to speak to fellow cancer patients as well, because as much as friends and family are absolutely brilliant, and they have been, no one really quite understands as much as a fellow cancer patient what you're going through. So yeah, heroes. So yeah, if you're going through it, speak to fellow cancer patients, because they know what to say, they know what you're going through, and it is really helpful. Anyway, this is the longest video I've ever done, so I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Still smiling. See you later. Bye.